Is XRP about to get a spot ETF listing today? And Ondo just announced another major partnership that could send it to new all-time highs. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, altcoinbuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright guys, so welcome back. We have continued chop as CPI came in pretty hot yesterday. We are above expectations for inflation, but as you can see here on the 4-hour chart, we're just continuing to chop. So basically, we've stayed around the same $96,000 for over 7 days now. So it's just a week of continued chop. Even if we go up and down and up and down and up and down, we're in the same exact spot as we were 7 days ago. So this is just a very choppy market. Nothing really saying which direction we're going to end up going. It could be up, it could be down, but it seems even with inflation data, we don't still know what direction we're heading towards. So we just have to kind of keep waiting and see. Hopefully this resolves one way or the other very soon. First off, today we have Donald Trump Jr. is now following the Ripple's X account. Something significant is unfolding behind the scenes for XRP. So Donald Trump Jr. is now following Ripple's X account, which is very big. Then we also have Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on Bloomberg saying this.
So RippleNet is trying to take on Swift. What's been the traction like? Who's come on board?
So we now have well over 100 customers ranging from some of the biggest banks in the world to payment providers to the Western Unions and MoneyGrams, Linlin Pay out of China.
How many banks?
It's over 100. I actually don't know the exact number now. Last time we announced it publicly, we said over 100. We'll probably announce the next one when we get to over 200. We're signing up more than a bank a week now.
And then Jack the Rippler also shared this about a week ago, saying the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has posted an alarm regarding their XRP ETF files. The XRP ETF approval anytime soon. So he shared this where the CBOE exchange had filed for spot XRP ETFs, and Brad Garlinghouse just did the clock emoji saying it's about time, or time is ticking. And then we have Eleanor Terra who says, as per this very helpful table from James Safer and Eric Balchunas, we could see the SEC government acknowledging Grayscale's XRP spot ETF filing as early as Thursday, 2/13, which is today, if it indeed chooses to acknowledge it. The SEC usually has about 15 days to acknowledge 19 before filings, and Grayscale filed their conversion application on January 30th. Either way, it should give us a good idea of how the current SEC commission is thinking about XRP. So we know that XRP has been, being sued by the SEC. It's been their biggest ongoing case for over 5 years now at this point. We know that, XRP has won, Ripple has won a lot of the cases against the SEC, but it's just been kind of ongoing for a while now. And now that the XRP is going to have a potential ETF and they have to go through the SEC, we're going to see for the first time, I guess, after Gary Gensler has left, what the current SEC and the commissioners are thinking about XRP and if they're going to be, a lot more lenient now that Gary Gensler's gone and now that Trump's in. And so we're going to see that today. We're going to see what happens and how they acknowledge it later on today, probably after New York Open. Then we also have Polymarket saying the odds of a Ripple ETF approval in 2025 are at an 81% chance. So do we think there's going to be an ETF sometime this year? Most likely. Do we think it's going to happen today? Hard to say. It could happen today, and it could be a very big surprise. We do have Brad Garlinghouse saying, an ETF is coming at any time now, but will happen in 2025? Most likely. Now, as for XRP, I will say it does look a little bit stronger than the rest of the market. While we are still holding underneath resistance here, which is usually pretty bearish because usually this underside retest, reclaims down to the bottom here. But I will say hovering underneath it is a little bit more bullish because you see we have these wicks up into it and every time we continue up higher. And so consolidation underneath resistance is bullish as long as it's not immediately breaking down. So you can see we had these wicks up, wicks up, wicks up. If these wicks then, if it went up and then we immediately came down, it'd be a lot more bearish, obviously. But because we are wicking up, usually this is kind of like a brick wall. The more times you hit this brick wall, the more likely it's going to be to break through on the fourth or fifth time. And so it does kind of look like that for XRP, where we're consolidating underneath this resistance. It'll probably break through sometime, depending on if there's news that comes out today and what happens with the SEC and the XRP ETF filing. Now, if you do want to trade XRP, if you want to buy a spot, or if you want to trade on derivatives, you can do it on our partners here at BYDFi, which I'll have linked down below. There's also promotion going on for BYDFi right now for just depositing a minimum of $100 US into the exchange. You can start getting rewards. So if you do want to trade, you can check out BYDFi, which we do have a link down below. Then moving on, we have Ondo Finance, which actually just announced even more news. Ondo's coming out with a lot of news every day. They said we're excited to announce a strategic collaboration with World Liberty Finance, which is Donald Trump's DeFi project, to advance the adoption of tokenized real-world assets and bring traditional finance on-chain. World Liberty Finance is exploring the integration of Ondo's tokenized assets into the World Liberty Network as a treasury reserve asset, including USDY, only available to non-US persons outside the US, and OUSG. World Liberty Finance plans to integrate USDY, OUSG, and tokenized securities from Ondo's upcoming global markets into the World Liberty Finance platform, enabling seamless borrowing, lending, and margin trading for eligible users. Through this collaboration, World Liberty Finance plans to become a strategic collaborator in Ondo's journey to scale Ondo Global Markets, a platform designed to enable the tokenization of traditional financial assets like stocks and bonds. As a part of the collaboration, qualifying World Liberty Finance users will gain access to Ondo Global Markets tokens, offering exposure to thousands of real-world assets, all fully on-chain. And then we have Rendoshi saying Binance is sending another 6 figures of Ondo to their cold wallet. Listing is surely imminent. So Binance has been, buying a bunch of Ondo nonstop for the past few weeks without a listing still, especially for spot. And a Binance spot listing usually sends prices skyrocketing. And we also have Ondo Finance saying, according to RWA XYZ, the tokenized treasuries market now exceeds $3.6 billion with over 13,000 participants. Ondo is proud to be the go-to tokenized treasury solution to more than 10,000 holders, or 80% of the market. Now, as for Ondo, like I said yesterday, we are still holding pretty strong above this level of support. You can see when we did have this sell-off the other day, we came back and we've been holding above it. Now, I will say Ondo is one of the ones that's a little bit choppy, so it's a little less fun to trade in perps because you just continue to chop. But this is one that you want to buy spot and hold, I'd say. This is definitely a coin that I do see going back and breaking new all-time highs past $2.16 in the near future. But I will say it's a lot less fun to hold it in perps, so maybe it's a little bit better to buy it spot and just hold and wait for that because the price going up and down like crazy is not fun to watch. But I will say you can buy it here on BYDFi as well, especially since you can't buy this on Binance yet. It's definitely good to get this now before the Binance listing. So if you do want to buy it spot on BYDFi, you can do that as well. You can check the link down below for that too. Then moving on, we have Solana. So over $2 million has been bridged from other chains to Solana in the last 7 days. This includes over $100 million from Ethereum to Solana alone. So Solana is getting a lot of inflows coming in. We also have Sol looking just like ETH did in 2021 before the massive pump. Meme coin season, absolutely inevitable. So we can see here, this is Ethereum in 2021, and this is Solana currently with this top right before we eventually, pump a lot higher. So hopefully Sol is, the Ethereum of last cycle, and we can have this major pump coming soon. We also have Franklin Templeton Digital Asset saying, new chain unlocked, Benji is now live on Solana. Solana is a fast, secure, and censorship-resistant layer 1 blockchain, encouraging global adoption via its infrastructure. So Benji, a new fund, is being launched on Franklin Templeton as well. And then we also have PancakeSwap. So PancakeSwap said, guess who's back? PancakeSwap in a nutshell across all chains and dexes. Number 1 in 24-hour trading volume, over 21% of the market share. Number 1 in 7-day trading volume, hit $99.9 billion in 30-day trading volume. So PancakeSwap is seeing huge numbers again as we have maybe a potential, BNB or BSC meme coin season coming back. We had Binance, who led all the meme coins and all the launches back in 2021. Even though Ethereum was big, it was the cheap chain. So it was a Solana of last cycle. But we could have a renewed BNB or BSC season this year as well, especially with CZ, now promoting it a lot more and promoting meme coins and promoting Binance a lot more. We could have a BSC season. You can see PancakeSwap is actually, the DEX here on DeFi Llama is actually has the biggest percent of volume over the last 24 hours, 7 days, and the last 30 days as well. So PancakeSwap doing a lot of volume for BNB. We can see here, we can go check out PancakeSwap as well. PancakeSwap, look at this, look at these candles. This is a daily chart too. So you can see the massive surge when it comes back. It's not, it's not 2021 levels, but we are having a bit of a comeback right now. And the fact that we have, pumped this hard so far, I think we could have a Binance season coming soon. Now, I do want to see us break and hold above this level. We are coming to a level of resistance right here. So this is a bit of resistance that we are wicking into. I do want to see us either, come back down here, consolidate around this level, or I want to see us break through and reclaim this level. So either one of those for a PancakeSwap if you want to trade this as well. It's probably a good one. Usually in markets right now where it's like very choppy on Bitcoin and a lot of the majors are kind of just chopping around, you want to look for whatever the clear narrative is right now. And the narrative seems to be, PancakeSwap is one of them. because we're getting a lot of meme coin attention and people buy on PancakeSwap, the DEX. So this one has an insane amount of volume. So you either want to play the the pullback here down towards around $2.67, or you want to wait for the reclaim around $3.20 for a long afterwards. But PancakeSwap, if we do have a continued meme coin season on Binance, this is probably one to watch for as well. Then moving on, we have Merlin, the trader, who says Ethereum is following the script. Last February, ETH went parabolic. The same setup is here again. Will history repeat? So he's sharing Ethereum in February 2024 and February 2025, where we had this, we had this ascending wedge, and we had a break above this, this resistance here. Will we do the same in 2025? It's very hard to say, but I will say ETH has been held down for so long, and it seems like maybe institutions are holding it down for such an extended period of time that at some point it has to go, especially since it's Donald Trump and WLDFI Finance's biggest asset. The fact that they're buying it constantly, even though they're down a lot of money, and there's still a lot of ETH ETF inflows, it just tells me that at some point I think ETH is going to go up. I don't think the president of the United States and his team would just keep buying Ethereum only to have it just dump for the next couple of years. I don't think that's going to happen. And then we also have Ash Crypto saying ETH in current cycle is perfectly mimicking Bitcoin last cycle, the multi-year accumulation phase, reaccumulation and manipulation phase. After this, Bitcoin pumped and made new all-time highs. I feel like ETH is about to do the same. 10K ETH is programmed this cycle. So we can see Bitcoin in its third cycle, Ethereum in its fourth cycle, and then we have the accumulation phase, the reaccumulation, the manipulation phase, which actually ETH is following very perfectly, and then we also have the run-up. So he says going towards $10,000. Will it hit $10,000? I'm not entirely sure. It is very heavy, and there's a lot of sellers for Ethereum, but I definitely could see $5,000 and $6,000 for sure this cycle for Ethereum, but it is definitely one of the heavier ones right now. But everything can change very fast. I will say, if we go look at Ethereum right now, it is one of the ones where it's just very heavy, and a lot of times you can see this was the relief bounce, and it wasn't even that high. A lot of other coins went back to at least their their sell-off points here in relation to where they dumped. But I will say ETH is a little bit a little bit lax, where it didn't even bounce that high. So I will say I think we do come and fill most of this wick. A lot of times you do end up filling wicks. So I will say we probably come back down here towards this level of support at around 2,300-ish. I think we do fill maybe 80% of this wick. So something like this, we come back down, reaccumulate, and then maybe we head back up in a couple weeks from now. I do think we could get $2,300 ETH again if you do want to pick it up. And you do think this time is different and we go towards new all-time highs, which I think will happen at some point. I don't think Ethereum is not going to make a new all-time high this cycle. I do think we will pass $5,000. It's just when. ETH is not not the strongest one. It's not the fastest one, but I think it will have its time at some point. And then lastly, we have Sumer Money surpasses $100 million in TVL as it prepares for the Bearer chain deployment. So Sumer Money, which is a DeFi liquidity infrastructure protocol, has surpassed $100 million in total value locked. And this milestone demonstrates Sumer's growth as a capital-efficient lending and synthetic asset protocol, reinforcing its mission to enhance Bitcoin's utility within decentralized finance. After achieving this milestone, Sumer is preparing for deployment on Bearer chain, a rapidly growing ecosystem with over $3 billion in TVL deposits. Sumer's expansion will focus on Bearer chain native assets, including Honey, Nect, Bearer, and Bearer LSTs, to facilitate deeper liquidity and leverage strategies. A key driver of Sumer's growth is Sumer's money multiplier, which optimizes liquidity and capital efficiency across a multi-chain ecosystem. With integrations from key protocols including BitcoinFi restaking with PEL and deep stable liquidity pools with Bitflux, Sumer enhances capital deployment for assets like Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoins. And by integrating multiple assets into shared pools, Sumer allows users to maximize yield opportunities and maintain access to liquidity when needed. So that is Sumer Money on Bearer chain. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.